We're here with the Perlas and Mark covering the Midwives Association of Ontario rally and protest at Queen's Park. So we're going to be seeing some speeches and some interviews telling us a little bit more about what some of the issues and challenges the midwives are facing in Ontario. So stay tuned.
Children were born at home. The youngest this past December. All these births occurred with support from the Midwives Collective of Toronto. My choice to opt for midwifery care has been nothing short of transformative for me. My midwives supported me completely, attending to the medical, social, emotional, and familial aspects of pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. My midwives have my trust that any concerns would be quickly and safely dealt with, and my faith that interventions would only occur when truly necessary. I got to know each of the midwives who participated in my care, which further enhanced the quality of care. We deserve to have midwives that are appropriately supported and well compensated, and that's really the point of why we're here today. For so many of us, midwifery has made a difference at a critical moment in our lives. For our midwives to continue to make that difference, something has to change. I urge the politicians and policymakers who work behind me here to see midwifery as an incredible asset to this province and to its families. I hope they'll make the necessary and logical choice to ensure pay equity for midwives. Thank you.
Thank you, May and Joanne. Midwives have given so much to women and babies in Ontario. I mentioned before that I'm a two-time midwifery consumer, and in fact, my daughters are here with me today. Last night, my 6-year-old made some placards to bring today, and on them she wrote, "Treat midwives with respect." She wrote, "Treat midwives with respect. Treat midwives with respect and kindness. Please read everyone's signs and posters. Thank you. Listen, politicians. Pay midwives with respect. I mean it. Now." I would like to welcome Alana Johnson. Alana has worked as a midwife for 23 years, 8 of those years without government funding and 11 without an increase. She is also the former president of the association. Alana?
Thank you, Anna. We are all here today to show the government that women and families in Ontario know about the excellent care that midwives deliver and are determined to see midwives fairly compensated. We are here today because currently midwives are not compensated fairly. A recent independent third-party evidence-based report commissioned by the Ministry of Health has shown that midwives have a long-standing pay equity gap and that an immediate substantial increase is needed to correct that and to ensure that midwives are compensated fairly. Midwives are worth it. Women are worth it. Being a midwife and receiving midwifery care are both profoundly life-changing experiences. In midwifery care, women experience their pregnancy and birth as an empowering event, and they carry this experience with them for the rest of their lives. And as midwives, we have the privilege of providing excellent care to women. We train vigorously, and then we embrace a life of on-call work. We are available to women 24/7, and we are taken away from our own children's birthday parties in order to be there for those women. Providing care as a midwife is demanding, and we are lucky. We are motivated and privileged to serve the women we serve. But our commitment should not be held against us and used as an excuse to undervalue us. Pay equity is a simple concept. Equal pay for equal work, for work of equal value. It is a fundamental human right of women workers to be paid wages that are free of the systemic gender-based discrimination that values and pays women's work less than men's work of comparable value. Of midwifery in Ontario today because thousands of women across Ontario organized to make it happen. And now we need to stand up for midwives and ensure that they are not left behind. This government must recognize the true value of midwives' work now and begin to pay for it now. This government has said it wants to invest in frontline health care workers. Well, midwives have been on the front line for a good many years. The time is now. Midwives have been waiting long enough. The time is now.
We've come here to try and get some attention to the fact that midwives in Ontario are being paid inequitably, as they have been for a long time. We've tried many other means to try to get government attention to this issue over many, many years, unsuccessfully, and so we're trying to really get their attention.
Okay, can you tell me why midwives are important to the Ontario healthcare system and why they matter?
Well, there's many, many reasons why midwifery services provide great value. We certainly know from studies, national studies that look at recipients of obstetric care of different kinds, midwifery care, physician care, that women who have had midwives as their caregivers are the most satisfied across the country. We know that midwives bring value in terms of reducing rates of intervention, reducing cesarean section rates, reducing length of stay in hospital. Because we care for our clients in their homes, even if they choose a hospital birth, they can go home early and we will come and see them. And we feel like we're really providing very good value. And there's evidence, there's lots of documentation that midwives are providing really good value to the Ontario healthcare system. And families really want this kind of care. There's huge demand for midwives, and not all the demand can be met, but we hope one day we will be able to.
So what are some of the more specific details that you're asking for from the government? What are some of the things that you really would like to see?
Well, this rally in particular is about pay equity. We're asking for a number of different kinds of support for the midwifery system. But this rally really is about midwives as workers. And we're asking the government to recognize that events over the past 2 decades have led to midwives being paid comparatively less, very significantly less, than other healthcare professions that do similar types of work or comparable type of work. We feel that this has happened because midwives as a female profession have really not been negotiated with fairly. We've not received fair compensation increases, and we've been powerless to do anything about it. And we're really concerned about that, and we think the people of Ontario would be concerned about that.
And that leads me to my next question. What are some of your next steps, and what are some things that community members, people who are seeing this online, can do to make some sort of impact?
Well, we certainly hope that people will write to Dalton McGuinty, will write to Deb Matthews, the Minister of Health, will write to their own MPP and let them know that they care about midwives, they value midwifery services, and that midwives are worth it. We will have ongoing activities that people can participate in. We have a website, OntarioMidwives.ca, where people can link on and see what's going on. We have another campaign to try and get birth centres in Ontario. And so we have a lot of activities going on, and people can keep in touch for sure. We will continue to try to influence government policy until they do the right thing.
Thank you so much for your time, Katrina. Take care.
Demand for midwives. Women who want midwives can't get them, and we need more, and I think that they should get paid really well for what they do, because they are up all hours and on call for us 24 hours a day, and it's really incredible the service they provide. And so
as a client yourself, like what are some of the things that you find really important about some of the services that you've obtained from midwives?
The postpartum care is really incredible. To have someone, Elizabeth came to our house every day. This is my midwife. She came to our house every day after the babies were born, and to be able to have that kind of support and reassurance and know that someone's still on call for you after you've got babies at home is really amazing.
So what would you say to the Ontario government right now?
That they should raise pay for midwives, because it hasn't been raised in 11 years, I think, is what they're saying. So they should definitely have pay equity.
Thank you so much. So we're here at Perlas del Mar and we're here with Dion. And can you tell me a little bit about why you're here today?
I'm here today to support midwives. We've been working for a long time and we haven't had a pay increase for a long time, and the length of hours that we work in comparison to other professions is really a lot, and we feel that we're underpaid and for the services that we do, and we feel that we want to be recognized for that and the government to do something about it. Well, midwives provide the same kind of care that a family doctor or an obstetrician would provide for low risk, normal, healthy women that are having babies. But the difference is we're doing kind of the job of a doctor and a nurse. So we're providing your prenatal care. We're there with you at the labor. We're managing all of that on our own. We're delivering your babies. Afterwards, we provide those clients with one-on-one care where we're doing home visits, so they don't have to leave their homes. So it's like a very caterized kind of care, and it's very valued in the system because women really need it and can benefit from it.
So if you could speak directly to Dalton McGuinty, what would be some of the things that you would say to him?
I think I would tell him that he really needs to look at the profession of midwifery and add more value to it and make it be an important part in our healthcare system, and as well allow us to have more of a strong presence in the hospitals, because right now we don't have enough privileges, so that if they can do that and actually put a policy in place so that midwives do have a place in the healthcare system and a plan for us going forward as the profession grows.
Okay, thank you so much, Dion. Thank you. Perlas del Mar.